Tonight at 5, News 3 Now investigates why a Dane County Sheriff's deputy was fired shortly after running to replace the current Dane County Sheriff. Plus, state Republican leaders propose a bill that would help raise reading scores in Wisconsin, but not everyone is on board. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. This morning, Republicans introduced a bill geared toward helping raise reading scores in Wisconsin. The legislation would create an Office of Literacy in the Department of Public Instruction and pay for literacy coaches to work with students in some of the state's lowest performing schools. The bill's authors want to change fundamentally how reading is taught in Wisconsin schools. Lawmakers say they have started talking to universities about changing how reading is taught.
So that tells me that they're willing and they're aware that they need to make some changes on their end too when it comes to this, again, going back to the science of reading in this entire approach.
In all, the bill would cost $50 million, with $10 million going to fund the literacy coaches. The rest would help schools retool their curriculum. Lawmakers are hoping to pass the bill quickly so they can get the funding added to the budget, which is currently being debated in the Capitol. And in a statement, State Superintendent of Public Schools, Dr. Jill Underly, said, quote, "We are supportive of a literacy bill, but this version of the bill includes a retention policy requirement, and that is a non-starter for us because, as drafted, it is harmful to our learners, families, and communities." Well, let's get a look now at your first warned forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us. A beautiful day out on the weather patio, Gary.
But also a dry one, and the lawns are really getting brown. We've had very little in the way of rain over the last week or so. You can see a visible cloud track. Lots of sunshine here. There are clouds to our west, clouds to our east. At least we're not seeing as much of the wildfire smoke in this part of the Midwest. But take a look at Doppler track. We're looking for rain, and it just isn't there anywhere around the Midwest. Low temperatures this morning because of the dry air actually cooled off pretty quickly. Here in Madison, we were at 46. It was down to 35 in Camp Douglas, and that's chilly for this time of year. But so far, temperatures are well into the 70s, a few places close to 80 degrees. So we're seeing about a 30 to 35 degree jump in temperatures from the early morning low temperatures to where we are this afternoon. Right now in Dane County, 76 degrees in McFarland, 76 in Cross Plains, and 77 in Waunakee. Comfortable out here, but again, we could use the rain. Otherwise, this evening, look for mostly clear skies. Temperatures will drop off to about 60 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look if there is any rain in the forecast, and if so, how much we can expect.
All right, Gary, thank you. Madison police say multiple detectives are still working to solve a homicide that happened at a lounge on the city's east side last month. It's been nearly 3 weeks since gunfire erupted at a gathering at Lush on East Washington Avenue. 32-year-old Raheem Blue of Madison was killed. Investigators say shots were fired after a fight broke out following a private event at the lounge. No arrests have been made. Police continue to look at digital evidence and talk to people who were at the party. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. The number is 608-266-6014. Some good news for southern Wisconsin families with kids in need of heart transplants. They now have a new option to stay closer to home. This morning, UW Health's Transplant Center announced it's launching a pediatric heart transplant program at American Family Children's Hospital. The decision comes after health experts heard from local families who didn't want to be referred to other states. The new program means families across southern Wisconsin won't need to potentially relocate or change jobs to get the care their child needs. UW Health will also be able to offer ventricular assist devices for kids to help their hearts recover or help them wait for a new heart. New at 5, the Badger football team will be headed to the famous Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for the first time in nearly 60 years. It's part of its Big Ten schedule for next season, the 2024 season. The Badgers have not played a regular season game at USC since the 1960s. Now, other Wisconsin opponents include road games at Iowa, Maryland, Michigan, and Nebraska. Home games will be set against Indiana, Minnesota, Penn State, and the Purdue Boilermakers. Dates and kickoff times for those games have not yet been set. For more matchups, you can look at this story at channel3000.com. There are more than 125 cheese factories in Wisconsin producing some 600 different specialty cheeses, but there is only one producing Limburger cheese. The Chalet Cheese Cooperative near Monroe is in fact the only cheese factory in the country producing the aromatic cheese. Limburger starts out just like any other cheese until what master cheesemaker Jamie Farney calls a magic sauce is rubbed all over the cheese that it gets that unique smell, and they use the same bacterial cultures they started with back in 1885.
There's other companies that have the same bacteria, but they're more of like the European smear, where it's the dirty socks note. Ours is not like that anymore. Ours is more of a sweet note,
And the proof is in the Limburger. Some people love it, others hate it. There doesn't seem to be much middle ground when it comes to Limburger cheese, and Mark Kane will give it a taste test. That's coming up tonight, News 3 Now at 6. A reminder for those of you who ride Madison buses, the Metro Transit redesign, it goes into effect this coming Sunday, introducing all of the new routes for riders. The new plan cuts down on the number of routes and stops, meaning some riders may have to walk a little further to get to a bus stop, but buses on those routes will come more often. The redesign is separate, we should note, from the bus rapid transit project set to be finished next year. And coming up at 6, Braden Ross breaks down what's changing, everything you need to know to get where you are going. Religious broadcaster Pat Robertson, who helped make religion central to GOP politics, has passed away at the age of 93. Robertson turned a tiny Virginia TV station into the far-reaching Christian Broadcasting Network, where he hosted the flagship 700 Club show for a half a century. He ran for president as a Republican back in 1988, and from that experience founded the Christian Coalition, which helped cement the Republican Party's alliance with evangelical voters. Now to France, where police are investigating a stabbing at a playground that left 2 children and 1 adult seriously hurt. Officers say a man went on a stabbing spree, targeting 4 small children and 2 adults before being tackled and taken into custody. The youngest victim, just a year old. Following surgeries, all are now said to be in stable condition. Police say the suspect is a Syrian refugee with legal status and was not known to security agencies. Investigators are still trying to determine a motive for this attack. New today, the beginning phases of the long-awaited Ukrainian counteroffensive are now underway. Russia's military reporting heavy fighting in the region connecting Russia to Crimea. President Biden and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak talked about support for Ukraine during their meeting at the White House earlier today.
Let no one doubt, U.S. leadership and resources are the decisive contribution allowing the forces of democracy and freedom to prevail.
We've done everything we could collectively, but individually in the United States, to make them ready.
The fighting has hampered efforts to rescue people from the flooding caused by this week's explosion at the Nova Kakhovka Dam. Drones dropped bottles of drinking water to people stranded in their homes, while soldiers and volunteers worked around the clock to rescue those who were trapped by the floodwaters. Experts warn the flood could dislodge landmines and send them into new areas. In a surprise decision, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against an Alabama congressional map that civil rights groups said discriminated against black voters. The justices, in a 5-4 split, said the state's Republican-drawn congressional map likely violated the 1965 Voting Rights Act, siding with a lower court decision. Legal analysts say the decision upholds a key provision of the landmark law.
What the court said today is Section 2 of that landmark 1965 Voting Rights Act, it will still guard against at least the most egregious types of racial gerrymandering. What does that mean? It means you're drawing district lines to reduce voting power on the basis of race.
Conservative Justices John Roberts and Brett Kavanaugh sided with the court's 3 liberal justices in the decision. The ruling means Alabama officials will have to redraw the state's congressional map with an additional majority black district. The case had been closely watched for its impact on the U.S. House and the Voting Rights Act. It is 7 months today since a messy campaign for Dane County Sheriff ended. Incumbent Calvin Barrett won the race, but as investigative reporter Naomi Coles discovered, the story actually ended several months later with his opponents firing.
Event was virtue signaling.
Dane County Detective Anthony Hamilton's race to oust Sheriff Calvin Barrett last fall came with drama and a federal lawsuit. At its core, Hamilton accusing the sheriff's office of falsifying statements, performing an illegal search, and retaliating against him for sounding the alarm.
Dane County is pushing.
Barrett saying at the time the suit had no factual or legal basis.
They asked me to look the other way.
It was media statements on the campaign trail that got Hamilton put on leave before the election. He lost his race by a lot. And as we just learned through an open records request, 4 months later, he lost his job.
I knew when I started the campaign that if I did not win, I would most likely be terminated.
Sheriff Barrett couldn't talk to us for this story because Hamilton is pursuing legal action for his termination. In this 7-page termination letter sent in March, Barrett told Hamilton he was fired for saying too much about active criminal cases on the campaign trail, lying in media interviews, and revealing information about confidential informants.
A great deal of the information that was in that letter is false.
Do you feel that this was a political termination?
Absolutely, I do.
The federal lawsuit Hamilton brought against the county, however, that was actually dismissed along with its accusations just last week on May 30th.
Do you foresee yourself returning to law enforcement in the future?
No.
From the sheriff's perspective, this boils down to what he said in the termination letter are unfounded accusations against colleagues and losing the trust of his department. In Madison, Naomi Coles, News 3 investigates.
And Hamilton told Naomi today he is working with the state's largest police union to try and file a grievance about his termination, and we'll keep you updated as that story progresses. Next at 5, an agreement reached on the state budget. We'll have the latest, plus a reintroduced bill could take gray wolves off Wisconsin's endangered species list. That story after the break. And later this year, for the first time ever, the American Cornhole League is coming to Milwaukee. We'll have details on that tournament tonight. News 3 now at 6. Strong Thursday numbers on Wall Street. The Dow Jones climbs more than 168.5 points. The Nasdaq jumps almost 134. S&P 500 up a little more than 26. We'll be right back.
As trends change, your bathroom may start to look outdated, so give it a fresh, modern look with one call to Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. In as little as one day, get a new shower or walk-in tub, back with a lifetime warranty, and with Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee, lock your price in for 1 year. And now during Big Deal Day, save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. 0 down, 0 interest until 2026. Senior military discounts, and call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate. Plus, the first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of new bath or shower used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
And action! Get up to 50% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible deals, like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa, or these incredible beds, both at our lowest price ever, or this beefy recliner marked way down. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375, or $499 gets you a Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Plus, we'll throw in a 7-piece bedding bundle free, up to 50% off at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big, big, big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Tonight on News 3 Now, we preview the Madison Transit redesigns, tracking all the new changes and routes for public buses. And the AmFam Golf Championship is ready to tee off. Sports Director Zach Hanley breaks down the tournament tonight at 6.
You can smell it long before you see it. A little pungent in here. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's nothing like Lindbergher, and there's only one place in the country that makes it. Come along as I travel to Ground Zero to take in the smell of success tonight at 6.
Oh.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Reintroduced legislation previously sponsored by both Wisconsin U.S. senators aims to take the gray wolf off the endangered species list. One group fighting to protect wolves in Wisconsin says the bill dismisses the public support for their protection. Our Catherine Merck joins us to explain the conflict here. Catherine?
Eric, according to a recent poll from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, an overwhelming majority of people who responded want stronger protections for wolves. However, this proposed bill would take some of that away. The gray wolf is currently listed as endangered and threatened wildlife under the Endangered Species Act of 1973. The Friends of the Wisconsin Wolf and Wildlife Executive Director says that legislation is crucial for our state's wolf population to thrive.
We are going to fight delisting. And, you know, the Endangered Species Act isn't perfect, but it's the only tool that we have to kind of protect wolves and to further the recovery here.
In a statement today, Senator Ron Johnson said, quote, control of the gray wolf population must be returned to state wildlife agencies who can best handle the recovered population. This legislation would do just that and provide relief for farmers, loggers, sportsmen, and others that are impacted by the gray wolf. Senator Tammy Baldwin was a co-sponsor of the bill back in March 2022 before it was reintroduced.
Catherine, thank you. A weeks-long standoff over how to fund local governments has finally ended. The governor reaching an agreement with legislative Republicans earlier today. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us now live from the state capitol. He has the very latest. Will.
Eric, and it's been a busy day up here. We finally have closure on one of the major sticking points in this local funding bill, Milwaukee. And even though this bill helps all municipalities, Madison, for instance, is expected to get a 58% increase in state aid or possibly more. Milwaukee continues to be a target for state legislators.
This truly is a victory not only for, to give those tools to the city and the county, but it's for the state.
Milwaukee was at the center of these ongoing negotiations between Republicans in the legislature and the state's Democratic governor. The city currently faces insolvency, essentially bankruptcy, without any increase in revenue. State leaders floated the idea of allowing Milwaukee to raise its sales tax 2% for the city. But questions swirled over how to implement that. The state assembly wanted to have voters approve the sales tax via referendum. Instead, it will be the city and county government improving the increase.
Sometimes the offer and the opportunity to get wins for things you believe in are so good, you have to change your mind. If we would not have the opportunity to have this historic investment in school choice, I probably would have been a no.
The compromise also includes some language that Democrats had initially balked at. Milwaukee, again, will have to allocate funding to law enforcement, including a requirement to place police officers in classrooms.
At Milwaukee Public Schools need to place 25 school resource officers at their schools of choice across the district. And frankly, these SROs create relationships with the kids. This is what it's about.
We did not hear from the governor nor legislative Democrats in the wake of the proposals, but they did release statements. The governor called it a win, which is to be expected. He was the chief negotiator on the Dem side. Democratic legislators said that there is still more work to be done and that the compromise doesn't cut the mustard. We spoke to the Senate Democratic leader yesterday before the deal was struck.
Devil's in the details. I don't know that I can agree with what the speaker is proposing right now because I am not sure what the final impacts on being able to get a Milwaukee bill passed and also the 71 other counties.
So we don't have all of the details yet on this proposal. We could see some more next week. Essentially, process-wise, it'll be introduced as essentially a beefy amendment to some draft legislation that's already been passed. So we could see more next week, including what kind of slice of the pie Madison will see, and we're expecting it to possibly increase more than that 58% number that I mentioned earlier. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. Tonight, smoke from hundreds of out-of-control wildfires in Canada is still drifting into the U.S., forcing disruptions, cancellations, and unhealthy conditions from Maine all the way down to South Carolina. Forecasters say two separate weather systems are pushing the smoke south. Philadelphia is currently under an air quality alert, which means the air is considered unhealthy to breathe. The smoke is so thick, U.S. health officials advise staying indoors as much as possible.
Not everyone has the opportunity to do that. If you've got to be outside, for some people wearing a mask can be helpful to help filter out some of the smoke around them.
The smoky haze is also making air travel tough. Poor visibility has forced the FAA to slow flights in the Northeast, causing hundreds of delays and some cancellations. The White House says more than 600 U.S. firefighters, support personnel, and firefighting assets have been sent to Canada to help fight those fires. Now for a look at our first warn forecast. As we inch closer to the weekend, here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, Eric, the smoke, at least in this part of the country, is not as bad as it was a couple of days ago. We've got high pressure almost right over us, so that keeps the winds light and keeps the smoke away, at least for now. But three things you need to know in the forecast. It also will warm up. We'll see plenty of sunshine. That'll bring temperatures into the lower 80s 80s for tomorrow and probably middle 80s for Saturday. There will be some showers Saturday afternoon into Sunday and maybe again Monday afternoon. There could even be a few thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. We could use whatever rain we could get, but it certainly won't be enough. And it's cool. High temperatures only in the 60s for both Sunday and Monday with cloud cover. Doppler track precipitation over the last 7 days. This is how much has fallen. And you can see there are large areas in our viewing area that haven't gotten any rain at all. And there are a few places that, got about an inch of rain if they got caught underneath a heavier thunderstorm. But those places are few and far between, and that certainly wasn't enough to continue to break the drought conditions that we currently have in place. High resolution Doppler radar. Not a drop of rain anywhere here or nearby. I mean, you have to go into the Dakotas and Minnesota and notice how those showers, as they drift toward the southeast, they just kind of fizzle out because the air is very dry. That high pressure system is centered right over our part of the Midwest. And future track precipitation, this is through Monday evening, only calling for about a quarter to a half inch of rain for that period from Saturday into Sunday and Monday. And then we go forward into the future. Most of next week will be dry. There'll be some shower and thunderstorm chances about Friday afternoon and Friday night. That will come through and maybe dump at least an inch or so of rain in some areas. Other areas may see a lot less, especially the farther west you go. But then we're back to dry weather after that for next weekend. And the new U.S. Drought Monitor, now we're under a moderate drought here in southern Wisconsin, and that covers a large part of southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois. The worst of the drought conditions are out to the west. And notice, we've got a drought here. California that's been under a drought. Most of California is not under a drought, so we've got it worse right now than they have out west, and we've heard about the drought out there for a long period of time. With the dry air, we'll cool off tonight. Planning your night, look for a low 47 to Forest, 47 in Oregon, 47 in Monona with mostly clear skies across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Again, a little chilly up to the north, 42 in Camp Douglas, 44 in Wautoma, but down to the south, 52 in Monroe, and 50 for the overnight low in Platteville. For tomorrow, high of 82 degrees, mostly sunny, a little warmer than today, but still pretty dry overall. And again, future track precipitation, this is through Monday evening, calling for around a quarter to a half inch of rain in Madison, less to the south and west, a little bit more to the north and east because the showers will hang on here a little bit longer into Monday. But as we look at the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast, we drop back into the 60s when we get the cloud cover for Sunday and Monday. Once we get the sunshine back, we jump right back up. And of course, the warm temperatures also help to dry things out a little bit more. So again, those thunderstorm chances Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we're hopeful for that because after that, we're back to dry weather. As we check out first warned traffic, the eastbound Beltline has been pretty tough today. We see still a lot of delays between Stoughton Road and especially back toward Park Street through Verona Road. Right now on the eastbound Beltline, it's a 23-minute trip from University Avenue to I-3990. The normal 15 minutes going back in the westbound direction and about 20 minutes coming in from Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue. Outbound 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990, 16 minutes on US 12 from Middle to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie going outbound is a 19-minute trip. That's your News 3 Now First Warned Traffic.
Gary, thank you. Just ahead, the U.S. Surgeon General joins educators on Capitol Hill. How social media has created a public health crisis for our children. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warned Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
When it comes to the bathroom, the Mad City bathroom, I have to give it a 10.
Fits my lifestyle, and that's what I needed.
With more than 50,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating with the BBB, Mad City Baths is your trusted source for custom baths, showers, and walk-in tubs. Infused with Microban for easy cleaning. And now during Big Deal Day, save $1,000 on a new bath or shower, 0 down, 0 interest until 2026. Senior military discounts, and call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate. Plus, the first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of new bath or shower used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Want to work out for free? This summer at Anytime Fitness, you can get up to 3 months free. Get more for your membership than just machines with 24/7 access and a community of support. Hurry! The earlier you join, the more you save. Stop into Anytime Fitness now and get the summer free.
George uses AT&T. Anthony has Spectrum One. With AT&T, George pays $55 for internet and $75 for his unlimited extra mobile line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Get Spectrum internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-714-4999 today.
Menards stocks an endless selection of quality products at low prices, like Richmond water heaters.
Brandon, where are you, man?
Dale, I'm down here, man.
Oh, what's up? Man, they got it all.
And all at super low prices.
I'm building a new addition on my house, and everything I need is right here.
Nice.
Come to Menards to check out our huge selection of Richmond water heaters for all types of home and commercial needs in stock today.
This store is awesome.
Yeah, man, I'm so proud to have them as a partner.
Save big money at Menards.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Welcome back. The U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, joins educators on Capitol Hill testifying about the urgent mental health crisis affecting America's youth, 2 weeks after he issued the first ever public health advisory on the negative effects of social media on young people. Nicole D'Antonio reports from Washington.
My concern here is not just as Surgeon General, sir. It's as a doctor and as a parent.
Surgeon General Vivek Murthy appeared before a Senate panel Thursday to address the youth mental health crisis in America.
Our obligation finally to act is not just medical, it is moral.
Dr. Murthy testified loneliness and isolation brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic hit kids hard, with social media making matters worse.
Too often kids on social media are exposed to extreme, inappropriate, and harmful content. Indeed, nearly half of adolescents are saying that social media now makes them feel worse about their bodies.
Committee Chair Bernie Sanders suggested climate change could be another stressor.
I really do wonder, walking here today through the smog and the smoke, you wonder what impact it has on the kids who wonder, is this the future for me?
On Thursday, lawmakers also heard from educators on the front lines.
Too many of our students reported having felt sad or hopeless and that their mental health was not good most or all of the time.
We know that through engagement, tiered supports, and shared strategies, our students are being more successful dealing with their individual emotions.
Senate lawmakers are vowing to continue working to find solutions.
The number one commodity that we have in this country is not gold and silver, it's our young people, and we're destroying them.
The nation's top doctor is pressing Congress to establish standards to ensure social media platforms are safe for young people. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
And we'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
If you're stuck between choosing to spend on a vacation or finally updating your bathroom, with Mad City Baths, you can do both. We can take out that old high-sided tub and install a beautiful, easy-access shower customized with grab bars, handhelds, and a beautiful shower door. And now during Big Deal Days, save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. 0 down and 0 interest until 2026. Senior military discounts and last chance to call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate. Plus, the first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of new bath or shower used for a condo, hotel stay, or even a cruise. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $1,200 off any phone at U.S. Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $1,200 off any phone. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest Queen mattresses start at only $449. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Come see Tootsie, the Tony Award-winning feel-good comedy musical about Michael Dorsey, a desperate actor who just hit rock bottom. Little did he know, he had nowhere to go but down.
Get your tickets today at overture.org.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Rider Chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Final check, sorry, Gary. Final check of the forecast.
live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Clear skies there. We're not seeing that wildfire smoke. That's good news. Bad news is we're not seeing any rainfall from any clouds that are out there. 75 right now in Madison. A little cooler, closer to Lake Michigan. A little warmer to the west. La Crosse is at 80 right now. Here in Dane County, 76 in Cross Plains and 75 in Stoughton.
CBS Evening News coming your way next. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.